They first of all have to establish that there was a murder. At all. I mean, that is their biggest hurdle in this case.
Do you think this is a highly defensible case?
This is a totally defensible case. I mean, the idea that they classified this as an accident or not as a murder, and Steve can correct me if I'm wrong, then they exhume the body because there's this kind of media frenzy, and then decide to reclassify it in response to the media frenzy. They really have no forensic evidence in this case. And today, the thing I was referring to with Steve was this idea of a hitman. And they had referred to that he had tried to hire a hitman. The judge admonished them, I believe excluded that, and said, no more, don't go there.
Speaking of sort of spurious stuff that's out in the community, Steve, I understand that a producer of mine told me that on your Facebook, you said you thought that this man, Drew, was being framed.
Well, I put that we were starting his trial and we were going to make sure that he didn't get framed for an accident, because this is an accident. The physical evidence shows it's an accident. The real evidence shows it's an accident. And it's exactly as Mark said. For some reason, they decided in 2007 to change the classification. It doesn't change the fact they have no evidence that he was at the house that weekend and no evidence that he did it. They don't have any evidence that it was anything other than an accident. I feel like a broken record.
What's so frustrating about this, and I have defended at least 10 of these cases in the last 10 years, there is this new phenomena, and unfortunately, it works in some cases. There is a new phenomenon where prosecutors, when they don't have any evidence, when the evidence actually suggests that it wasn't the person or that it wasn't even a crime, like in this case, they just default to what I call the character assassination block. Make sure that you bring in every tawdry, titillating, irrelevant piece of character assassination so that the jury will hate the defendant and then hopefully overlook the fact there's no evidence and then try and convict.
But isn't that what the judge is trying to control against?
This judge so far is a man among men in terms of the rulings that he's been making.
Let's take